There's honestly not a better place to be teaching than the Blaine County School District. I love it here. After spending almost 15 years out of college looking for the right thing to do, I feel like I finally am doing what I'm meant to be doing.
As a student, I had an amazing experience at Hemingway Elementary, being a former Husky. All the teachers from Hemingway through Wood River Middle School, through Wood River High School, I think just had a huge impact on my life, and a few of them actually made me decide that I wanted to be a teacher. And it's just such an amazing community. It takes a village to raise a child, I think, is something that not only flows through our community, but also through our school district, which is really cool.
The one thing that I really liked about the school district is what it has to offer its teachers. The package is great, the benefits are wonderful, and Blaine County School District really cares about its teachers and making sure that they're well taken care of.
In comparison to where I was previously, the pay here is substantially more, and it's worth it for me to be in this community and be making that amount of money. And from my first year teaching to going into my next year teaching, which will be my 5th, I've also grown through multiple steps of our salary, and it's very cool that they're willing to work with our staff and our teachers and make that potential for us to grow on the salary schedule.
Obviously, having been a student in the Blaine County School District, I had a lot of respect for the teachers that helped kind of shape my education. And then once I was starting to look at where I wanted to be teaching, having gone through grad school with a lot of people who were moving into teaching as a profession, being able to tell them about where I work and have their eyes light up, thinking that's the kind of place I want to be. You know, friends who are in LA or in Seattle, and they're working so hard and they're just not really connecting with their students. They're not connecting with their students' families. Maybe the schools are so big that they're not connecting with other teachers. And I mean, there's a perfect balance here. You know, we've got families who are invested in their kids' lives. We've got teachers who are invested in each other's careers. You know, I mean, I consider my principal one of my great friends, and that's not something that many of my teaching friends have where they're teaching in other places. And I can't imagine feeling that way, having heard some of their stories. So yeah, to tell people, you know, if you're looking to be teaching, there is not a better place to be teaching than the Blaine County School District.
For me, when I hear diversity, I think more of financial diversity in a lot of ways in this community, and I think it's really important being able to take certain moments in life and create a teachable moment from that in regards to just things that kids are going to experience throughout their life as they're growing up, and being accepting of all others no matter where they come from or what they can do.
The benefit of teaching in a diverse work environment is that I get to learn about a lot of different cultures. It's fun because in my classroom every day we have students made up of, there's Guatemalans, there's Peruvians, there's Mexicans, there's El Salvadorians, and so just to hear their different dialects and to hear their life stories and what they came from, it's been really eye-opening.
There's a huge socioeconomic diversity pool in this valley. We have students all over the socioeconomic spectrum, so by that standard, yeah, it's absolutely diverse.
My experience here at Alturas, we've got, you know, over 50% of our staff speaks Spanish fluently, and I think over 50% it was their first language. You know, so in terms of that, there is a lot of diversity. And not just Latino and Anglo. I mean, we're seeing we're seeing more students coming from Asian families. We're seeing students coming from, you know, kind of all over the place, and parent stories coming from all over the place.
A way that I see the Blaine County School District closing the achievement gap is not only do we support low students, but myself as a teacher, and I know others as well, we find it very important that we get to know our students. And by getting to know them, each and every one of them, and making them feel important and special, and making them get to know one another, you build confidence, and confidence helps children succeed.
The district's closing the achievement gap by bringing in programs such as co-teaching. I'm fortunate enough to co-teach with a math teacher here at Wood River. The goal of co-teaching is bringing in language acquisition. So instead of pulling kids out to work on English, they're getting both in the mainstream classroom.
My favorite thing about teaching is getting to see those light bulbs pop on. And it doesn't happen all the time. Obviously, you have to put the work in. And when you can see somebody not making a connection, but you know that they're on the edge of making that connection, so you get to keep working toward that, finding different ways to present information or evidence or ideas, and then all of a sudden you can see that connection. You see their eyes open, their eyebrows go up, and you realize that's something they're not going to forget, and now it's going to change the way that they think about everything going forward.
Favorite part about teaching is definitely the kids, and I know that's like cliche, like, yeah, I teach for the kids, but like, truly, it's cool. As the great Nacho Libre said, have you ever seen Nacho Libre? As the great Nacho Libre said, it's for the kids.
My favorite part about teaching in general is working with the kids. There's so much laughter and smiles and personalities, and you leave each and every day just, even if it was a tough day, just knowing that you had an impact and you made a difference. And then working for Blaine County School District, for me, it's being able to be home and experience the wonderful community that we have here in the world around me. If I had a friend interested in potentially moving here to teach, I would tell them that it's one of the best possible situations they could find themselves in as an educator.
When you work in different places, there's a lot of kids that don't even get out of the town that they live in. They haven't even been out of the state. And so for a school district to provide these awesome activities for these kids is amazing. It is a fairly small school district, and they want kids playing sports. They want them going out on these adventures, rock climbing, hiking, these types of things, so that they get out and they experience what the world is like, instead of them just sitting at home every day and not getting to experience these wonderful things that are right here for them to do.
Not only are there opportunities inside the school district, but the environment outside the school is an incredible place to live and play as well.